Steve, it's good to have you back. Good morning.
Oh, thanks. Good morning to you.
Everybody sort of understands the need or the desire to get back on the road domestically, but I'm curious to know how strong you think international is actually going to be.
Oh, we think it's going to be pretty strong. We have roughly a quarter to a third of the U.S. travelers that are planning to travel this spring are looking internationally. And you see the big cities coming back, the London, the Paris, the Rome. We're really excited about that. And of course, it's so much easier to travel there now than it has been over the past 2 years.
Are you seeing a little bit of moderation in the cancellation rate, meaning people have been booking and canceling as a habit now for a couple of years, but I wonder if those booking patterns are, the stability is maybe elongating a bit?
Yes, we are seeing the fact that people are more comfortable making plans, and they are actually going out and traveling more. If you've been on a flight recently, it's more full than it has been in the past as people are making their plans. And we really encourage folks to make their plans in advance now, because we see with all the data on our site, a lot more people are planning their trip. Hotels are filling up, flights are filling up, and more than half of Americans are planning to take a trip this spring alone. So it's going to be, we think, quite a busy summer.
So, Steve, it's Morgan. How does that compare to pre-pandemic levels? And I guess in terms of the types of trips that people are booking, the details that you have access to through that data, is it the same as before the pandemic, or have some of those trends and tastes shifted as well?
Well, talking about U.S. travelers, it's still more of a domestic profile than in international. So I did just say international's picking up a lot, but it's not quite back at pre-pandemic levels. So people are still a little bit uncertain as to how things will go. Globally, U.S. very robust market coming back strong in March, as we've said before. Europe catching up, also several countries there are quite strong. Asia Pacific a little less so, as there's still more restrictions in place. If I had to look at it regionally, everything is clearly coming back from where it was. Great news with Australia opening back up again, that sort of thing, but not quite at pre-pandemic levels.
How does inflation factor into all of this? I mean, there's this expectation that as you're seeing energy prices, for example, spike, that's going to lead to higher airfares. Is that already starting to trickle out?
You might well, in fact, see some higher airfares. Some airlines have done a good job hedging fuel prices and that sort of stuff. But the one thing that we have seen undoubtedly, consistently throughout the pandemic is that people love to travel. It's just become this inalienable right that's been denied over the past couple of years. And so people are eager to get out. I don't think a high gas price or a high flight is going to keep anyone from traveling this spring, and that's certainly what the data on our site is showing today.
Steve, one thing that we keep noticing in U.S. industries are businesses where they have been hesitant to invest in new development and new supply because they were burned the last time. Housing is a great example. Oil's becoming a great example. And historically, hotels have been a great example. They've been, in some cases, too willing to develop new properties. I wonder how much discipline you think they'll have in this current recovery.
Hard to say. I mean, 2 years ago, there was nothing like the precipitous drop that we had seen. But it's climbing back, and everyone's looking for those new travelers. In fact, our survey is saying half the travelers are looking to go somewhere that they haven't gone before. That's pretty exciting, and it's a great way for new destinations to take advantage of those new travelers. To the hoteliers that are looking, or the chains that are looking to build new properties, travel certainly will recover. I have no doubt about it, fully and beyond our 2019 levels. So it's a true constant. And I guess I'd leave you with the thought that as it's been denied by the pandemic, so many people are realizing now that it is part of what makes them a happy person. It is part of what makes them enjoying their life, to be able to get out and travel. And all of our data is coming back saying people are planning to take more trips. They're planning to spend more per trip. It's been this pent-up demand that's finally being freed now.